University students receive scholarship from Kokoda Track Foundation. Refugees and locals partner in community development project. Friends and family farewell Ruby Ann Laufa.
This is National MTV News with Mary Bartolo.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Saturday's news. 6 final year students from Papua New Guinea universities were awarded the Archer Scholarship under the Kokoda Track Foundation Leadership Program last night. The scholarship gives a 12-month leadership training with high-profile individuals and also work experience in Papua New Guinea and Australia. All recipients will be involved in community projects in PNG under this scholarship.
Since 2011, the scholarships have been offered to 41 final year Treasury students in PNG. KTF Awards Archer Scholarship is given to 6 final year Treasury students who demonstrate commitment to their studies, the community and the country.
The 2017 winners were just announced tonight, and they are just an extraordinary group of young Papua New Guineans with great passion and great vision for the future of this nation.
The leadership program develops attitudes, concepts, connections and the confidence needed to lead change in Papua New Guinea.
The winner gets matched with a mentor, normally quite a high-profile mentor in their field of study, and the mentor works with them throughout the year. They get their tuition and boarding fees paid in full. They get an educational and professional development resource allowance. They undertake work experience in both Australia and Papua New Guinea. They get funding to design and develop and implement a community project.
One of the recipients, Eileen May Murapi, said that she had been inspired from the program to return to her district of Kikori to help with education.
Use this as a platform or more or less as a vehicle to bring basic services back to my people. So that's basically what I'm going to do, and I'm planning to start with education because I believe that once you give people education, you give them everything else. You give them health, you give them transport, and you give them pretty much.
Former recipient of the Archer Scholarship, Jerome Sesige, says that the program has given him the chance to meet CEOs and high-profile individuals.
To meet people, CFOs, CEOs, people that you wouldn't necessarily meet as young Papua New Guinean. So, on saying that, it's more than that. It's like you're discovering yourself in the process as well. So, I think for me, in terms of leadership, I've had a few leadership experiences, but it's not until you have that broader international perspective that you actually realize how much more you can still learn.
Adelaide Sirox Kari, National MTV News.
Refugees on Manus Island will now be involved in community development under a program called the Community-Based Planning Project. Refugee settlement and integration has enabled the program to involve refugees and locals working together to bring about tangible changes within their communities. MTV journalist Florence Jonduo and cameraman Paul Owa were in Manus for the launch of the project on Thursday this week.
This program was recently launched in Manus, under which the International Organization for Migration, or IOM, and the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Services Authority, or PNG ICSA, are working in close partnership with the people of Manus to develop their project plans.
We talk about refugees, but they're actually just people like you and I that have come from their communities as well. We're including the refugees as well who want to contribute, be part of the community, help you grow, feel part of a community, and feel part of this collective effort.
The community have already identified projects that they want to do within their communities, and these plans were launched and some materials were issued to them for their projects.
We are here to make sure everything that we are doing here is official. We don't want actually to do parallel systems in terms of development planning. But this process was done together with the community, the leadership and everyone. And now we are actually getting into the real signing to say everything that is here, we are going to do it together with the community and achieve it together.
Also present at the launch was Manus Governor Charlie Benjamin, who urged that this collaboration between the people, IOM and PNG ICSA continue to bring change to the communities.
And on behalf of the province too, I'd like to thank you, Lotus Plahalbim. We appreciate him and we like him, this group work namel me by always continue to develop. We might have some difference in opinions from time to time, but we must learn to work together.
Florence John Duo, National MTV News.
The people of the autonomous region of Bougainville today welcomed home the body of the Governor-General, the late Chief Sir Michael Rocio. ABG President John Momis said Bougainville has lost a great leader who was very instrumental in the negotiation of the peace process on the island. Fabian Hakalitz reports from Buka.
Air Niugini's Q400 aircraft arrived to a welcoming crowd present at the Buka airport this afternoon to welcome home one of the great leaders, the late Governor-General Grand Chief Sir Michael Rocio. President of the Autonomous Bougainville Government, Chief John Momis, said the late Governor-General participated in serious discussions of what is enjoyed today, both at the national level and a big impact in Bougainville's peace negotiations.
You have served the people of Bougainville and Papua New Guinea well. You have contributed to the making of the Bougainville Peace Agreement, which put an end to a bloody war.
The casket of the late Governor-General was then taken to the chamber of the Bougainville House of Representatives. Member for Hagogoha constituency Robert Hamal Sawa said the late Sir Michael was an inspiration to his political career.
Our people in Bougainville and the leadership of Bougainville, we salute you. So Michael, what an achievement. You've made it happen for us. That's why we are here today.
Members of the Bougainville House of Representatives and the public also had a chance to view the body of the late Governor-General. In Buka, Fabian Hakalitz, National MTV News.
You're watching National MTV News. Among stories after the break, family and friends farewell former beauty queen Ruby Ann Laufa. Welcome back to National MTV News. A tourist service provider in East Sepik province says the tourism sector is not given the support needed from relevant agencies. Sepik tour operator Alois Mateos says many service providers have struggled to support the industry in this province. He made the statement following the visit of a P&O tourist ship in Wewak this week.
Wewak is not different from other hotspot tourist destinations in Papua New Guinea. It boasts war relics as a rich and diverse culture and other tourist products available. However, a local tour operator says not enough attention has been given by the provincial government and other state agencies.
I believe in the next 5 years, people will know and will understand what cruise tourism is and how to, attend to.
Mateo's comments follow the visit by an Australian cruise ship carrying nearly 600 tourists. Like other service providers, Mateo says he aims to provide the best to visiting tourists. The current service is not up to standard. However, the recent visit by tourists, they did enjoy the visit.
It's just beautiful, beautiful. One of the covered beauties of the world. Absolutely lovely.
The PNG Tourism Promotion Authority has made moves to partner with provincial governments. However, only a few have joined. Currently, many provinces are lacking the establishment of a local tourism bureau. For Mateos and other tourist service providers in Wewak, giving the best is paramount whenever tourists visit the province. Jack Lapave Jr., National MTV News.
The plan to turn East New Britain province into a tourism hub is not timely. Michael Turkia, a local business consultant, says many things are not being showcased by the province to prove its worth as a tourism destination. Mr. Turkia says tourism sites like the Bitapaka War Cemetery doesn't have a toilet facility and most of the tour guides are illiterate. He said these are some deficiencies that will hinder progress of tourism industry in East New Britain.
This is a group of about 30 participants who are attending a tourism workshop in Kokobo. Today they were taken out to see and evaluate some of East New Britain's renowned tourism locations and how they can be developed. Places like this white sandy beach at the back of Tokua Airport still remained largely untapped for many years. While East New Britain province is growing in popularity as the tourism province, Michael Turkia, a local business consultant, says the province still needs to achieve more. Locations like the Bitapaka Memorial War Cemetery, although popular, it doesn't have a toilet facility for tourists to use, and also most tour guides are illiterate and need to enhance their communication skills to attend to foreign tourists when they come.
Having seen the actual cemetery, the participants now do realize that certain things are still missing.
Master Turkia is facilitating a week-long tourism workshop that focuses mainly on repackaging tourism products and also assists the participants to identify loopholes in the provincial tourism plan and suggest solutions to solve it. But most importantly is to educate the participants to start up their own small tourism businesses and contribute meaningfully to the province.
We need to really package it. And not packaging it to become another Cairns or another New York. No, we have to package it with the way we live, the way we engulf culture. Culture should be very much part of this planning.
It is understood about 20 million kina was released by the national government in 2015 to fund the upgrading of tourism development projects in the province, but its usage hasn't yet been made public. Edwin Fidelis, National MTV News, Kokopo.
The Japanese ambassador to Papua New Guinea, Satoshi Nakajima, says education is a priority area for Japanese aid. It comes when schools in the country need more infrastructure like classrooms and teachers' housing to cater for the influx of students attending schools. The Japanese ambassador says road infrastructure and human development are also priority areas. Bethany Herman with this report.
The PNG government's bold move to give free education to every child in the country will bring an educated population in the future. But there are challenges now. Student numbers have increased, but more classrooms, tables and chairs are needed, amongst other infrastructure to cater for the student numbers. Now is the time where Papua New Guinea will need its partners more than ever. The Embassy of Japan says they will support.
And I saw that this country is so huge, and the needs for the education facilities are also huge. And I would like to continue to extend our assistance to help the Papua New Guinea to develop the education.
Yesterday, a testimony of that support, the Japanese Official Assistance Development Program funds 3 schools under its grassroots human security projects: Hohola Demonstration Primary School in NCD, Akuna Primary School in Eastern Highlands, and Nunga Primary School in Western Highlands. The Japanese government is also funding a water project for Kokopo Vunomami. Altogether, the aid presented yesterday was worth 742,000 kina. The Japanese ambassador Satoshi Nakajima says infrastructure and human resources development will remain key priorities for the Japanese aid program.
Of course, that some infrastructures, some the road and the air traffic is quite also important. Because that this country is so big, and the connectivity of each the local areas is now is important for us to consider to strengthen. So, and also the human resource development is also quite important.
Bethany Harriman, National MTV News.
The elevation of Jubilee Institute to university status also poses new challenges for the institution, one of them being an increase in student population. With a sudden influx, the institute has engaged in a public-private partnership with Port Moresby-based Umiet Real Estate to accommodate students and staff.
Umiet Real Estate Managing Director Eke Lama has agreed to manage the accommodation of Jubilee Institute of Higher Education students and staff. Lama, who sees himself as a God-fearing Christian, said it was not an easy choice to make, considering tertiary students' reputation in recent years to lead violent protests. He's allocated close to 200 of his real estate single and double room spaces for student boarding purposes. These living quarters are meant for male occupation, while another 2 separate boarding facilities were set aside for females. Another 15 houses have been reserved for staff accommodation. Altogether, they make up close to a third of his entire property. Laufa challenged the Ministry of Higher Education to establish more private-public partnerships like this one for other tertiary institutions in order to concentrate purely on academic aspects of students. Laufa, however, has set ground rules bound in the residency conditions to protect both his company's and the students' interest. Melissa Gaviro, National MTV News.
On a more somber note, the memorial service for the former beauty queen, Ruby Laufa, was held in Port Moresby yesterday. Ruby died on the 11th of February, just 2 days shy of her 25th birthday. Final tributes also poured in from around the Pacific region as committees involved in the Miss Pacific Islands pageant sent heartfelt condolence messages.
The Reverend Sionikami Memorial Church yesterday housed the family, friends and people who knew Ruby. Ruby's mom, Hanesepi Noairi Shaf, paid a heart-wrenching tribute to her daughter.
Ruby, you didn't listen to me. You were to stay for 2 months with me and you went back to Moscow. There is a season and there is a reason for everything. And I know my child has impacted a lot of lives.
Her friend from school, Mervyn Rangip, described Ruby as one who had a brilliant mind.
Ruby had always encouraged me in everything I did. She was my best friend and much more.
Following in her father's footsteps, Ruby was a student at the Legal Training Institute, and according to younger sister Sheridan, Ruby was looking forward to being admitted to the bar.
Her dreams and aspirations, of which I, her younger sister. In memory of her, and to honor that memory, I hope to live those dreams out for her.
Not only was she smart, Ruby was crowned Miss South Pacific PNG in 2012 and represented the country in the regional beauty pageant in American Samoa. There she was third runner-up and won the Miss National Tourism Award, Best Sarongwe and Best Topic Presentation.
It was during her reign that the pageant became very popular, in my opinion. She showed the true beauty radiated from the inside out.
Wife of the Prime Minister Linda Babao O'Neill also paid tribute to Ruby, remembering the pageant days in her role as Ruby's chaperone.
This opportunity gave us both time to build a relationship, not just for that season, but for the rest of our lives.
Ruby died tragically earlier this month and her family is still seeking justice. She was laid to rest today at her mother's Gabagaba village in the Central Province. Deli Waigeno, National MTV News.
Here with National MTV News, we'll have Trukai Sports up next. We'll have some action on soccer and boxing. Stay with us.
Kokoda Sports.
Welcome to Kokoda Sports. The Port Moresby Soccer Association held its round 4 of pre-season today. MTV Sports caught up with the men's 5th game where the Mariners and McLarens had a tight tussle.
The first half saw a lot of missed opportunities from both sides. The Mariners and McLarens both attempted set plays, but scoring opportunities were quickly dismissed, mostly with the loss of ball possessions, every time just within the attacking third. Both defenses were all up through the first 45 minutes, but attempts at high balls were always too high for a goal. By the end of the first half, the scoreline remained unchanged at 0-0. The second half saw both sides regrouped and more organized this time, as attacks kept mounting at the McLaren's goal mouth, so was the defense. And in the 55th minute, a miscalculation from the McLaren's goalkeeper landed the ball right in front of the Marina striker, who took a high shot that landed in the goal mouth. With the unfavorable scoreline of 1-0, McLaren's responded with 4 attempts at the Mariners' goal mouth. The 5th attempt was a high ball that flew past the goalkeeper, and the score was even out at 1-1. The dying minutes of the match saw momentum as McLaren's tried a shot at one more goal, but the Mariners goalkeeper was not going to let them score again easily. At full-time, it was a draw at 1-1. Dinero Sraiko, National, MTV Sports.
The New Guinea Professional Boxing Association is hosting another event on the 9th of April. New Guinea Pro Boxing Association Director Elvin Wafewa says all professional boxers in the nation's capital are required to collect their pro boxing license from him before the championship starts. 3 fighters will be selected from the event to participate in an official bout in Yangoro Sausia District in East Sepik Province later in the year. The tournament is purposely arranged to officially open the use of an Olympic-sized boxing ring. It is anticipated a match will be organized for the fighters to take on opponents from Indonesia. And that ends Kokoda Sports for today. Up next, the weather details for the next 24 hours.
Kokoda Sports. Kokoda Sports.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
A look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby and Popondetta, showers and some storms expected. A shower or 2 in Daru and Alatau, as well as in Kerema. To the Momasa region, cloudy with showers in Lae, rain in Wau, a shower or 2 for Madang, light showers in Wewak and Vanimore. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, a shower or 2, cloudy with showers in Kavieng, light showers in Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, and showers and thunderstorms in Buka. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, all these major centers can expect some showers with morning fog.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
And to end the news, recapping our main stories again. University students receive scholarship from Kokoda Track Foundation. The body of Governor General, the late Sir Michael Rocio, welcomed home in Buka. And friends and family farewell Ruby Ann Laufa. And that's the way it is this Saturday, the 25th of February 2017. On behalf of the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.